Hi everybody, welcome. I'm James. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through dancing with staff tutorial. I was taught it's called fire dancing or dancing with staff. The culmination of this is to get a fire staff and light both ends on fire. But today we're just going to be using our practice staff. It's nice if you have a broomstick, a piece of bamboo. You could tape some weights, some rocks, a small bag of sand, and then tape it to the end, just to give you some weight, because when we're spinning it, it's nice to have some momentum. This is an LED staff. There's a battery on each end, rubber stopper, and then to make some more weight, I just took some fishing weights and just used some electrical tape and taped it to the end. So create a staff that's good for you. To size a staff out, if you hold your hand out like this, you basically want your arm more so parallel to the ground, and then the staff is going to be about there. Okay, you see that? I have this L in my body, and then the staff reaches that. Any more, you can go, especially if you're doing a single staff. Sometimes single staffs, instead of being here, they're this big because it's just more weight, more momentum. But when we're learning, it's nice to have something short. The first move I'm going to teach you all is called the figure eight. Now, when we hold the staff, we want to hold it right in the middle. I have it taped off because I've measured the weight there. So that's the middle. And I'm going to hold it there. I don't want to hold a tight grip. I want to hold it pretty gingerly like so. Okay? So that the staff can move, but I still have some control from the sides of my hand there. Now, the figure eight looks like this. Focusing on the left side, I'm going to draw a circle on one side. It's going to come up, intersect, and I'm going to draw a circle on the other side. So I'm really just focusing on one point here, okay? To practice, you could even just draw a circle on one side a few times to get that momentum down, that sensation, and then let it transfer. Now I'm on the other side, okay? But it's really easiest to do one circle across the other circle, okay? Now, if you're left-handed, same thing. This is the figure eight. We're drawing a big circle on one side, intersecting, big circle on the other side. Sometimes it's easier when I teach in person, is for me to stand in front and you're behind. So here, it's in my right hand. I'm focusing on the left side. I'm drawing a big circle, intersects. Now I'm on my right side. You see that? You could just follow along here. I'll go a little slower. Focusing on the left end, it comes down, comes up. Now it's coming across my body. Okay. Now when I do the figure eight, I want to shift my shoulders from side to side. I don't want to stand like this. I want to open my shoulders up to each side. I could even have my other hand mirroring. Okay. Now I want you to get used to moving your shoulders because the next step is to step. Okay? It's like a bachata or a salsa step. Another element about the figure eight, you see how I'm holding it and my thumb is guiding me, or my thumb is pointing where I'm going? That's forwards. If you could think of forwards as thumb first, okay? Now we're going to hold it out again, and we're going to wiggle our pinky. We're going to go backwards now. So before, I was focusing on the left end with the thumb. Now I'm focusing on the pinky. Okay, focusing on the right side, I'm going to come up, bring it behind. Now I'm going to scoop and bring it up to my left side. It's going to come down, scoops up. I'll show you what it looks like from this view. Hold it out, pinky, I'm bringing the right side up and down and then scooping across my body. See, I'm drawing a circle on this side and now on my right side. So we have forwards and backwards with our dominant hand now. Here's with the thumb, forwards, moving my shoulders. Okay, and then here's backwards with the pinky. Remember, you could even have your other hand mirror that side. Okay, now that we've learned the forwards and backwards, let's try to incorporate that step. Essentially, it's going to look like this. If we're doing it without the staff, right? And now with music, you're totally dancing. Okay? So let's do the figure eight forward, leading with the thumb, but with the step. So as I drop it down to my left side, I'm going to step my left, circle, intersect, step to the center, right side, step back, intersect, step. Now try to have your hands mirror each other. Now, stepping and moving our shoulders allows us to keep this staff on the axial plane, okay? Going this direction, we're going to call this the x-axis, okay? Now, if you notice, the staff is staying within the hallway or within the perimeters of the yoga mat. You may see it come out sideways. Maybe you can't keep it on that vertical plane and it comes out. That's okay. We're learning. But one of the elements of this staff dancing is the staff is guiding me as much as I'm guiding it. I'm not holding it very firm in my hand. Once the momentum starts, I'm moving around it and I'm letting the staff spin in space. Okay? Here's backwards, leading with the pinky. See how I'm really shifting and opening my shoulders up, allowing that staff to spin within the confines of this imaginary hallway or within the yoga mat. Now let's try the left hand. This is going to be for me, my non-dominant hand. For you, maybe your right is your non-dominant, so let's switch to that. But same thing, and it's going to feel different, okay, because we're working both sides of our brain here. I'm going to do the figure eight with my non-dominant hand, guiding forwards with my thumb. Okay, I really want to twist my shoulders, twist your feet. You could even start to do that step and mirror your other hand. And it's pretty intuitive. You know when the staff comes off axis because there's an obstruction in the flow of the staff and you will feel it. But it's important to just go slow, bring it back on axis and feel the flow. As corny as that sounds, you are feeling the flow of the staff. We could pendulum. Let's go backwards now. I'm guiding with my pinky here. In my non-dominant hand, I'm opening up my body to each side. You see how I'm dancing with the staff? I'm not unsynced, right? Or out of sync. It spins to my right, I open my body up. It spins to my left, I open my body up. So everything's synced. So that's forwards and backwards with the non-dominant hand on the X plane, all right? From that move, it's really endless what you can do with the staff. Now let's talk about the Y-axis in front this way, going perpendicular to our yoga mat. And for that, we could just simply spin the staff in front of us, trying to keep it on that invisible plane now, okay? We could go one way, we could switch the direction. Now you could finger roll like so, you could pass from hand to hand. We're going to talk about hand spinning form later because there is a more efficient way to spin. But I just want you to get the feeling of spinning it both directions. Holding it in the middle, focusing on the sensation of that tape that you've put in the middle of the staff. So we've just learned x-axis and y-axis. Same thing. Going this way, you could spin around and keep it on that y-axis. It's just about continuing the flow of the staff. It wants to spin. I'm dancing around it. And there it is, spinning on this y-axis in space. Cool. So we've talked about you're spinning the staff as much as, or you're guiding the staff as much as it's guiding you. There's another element. There's nothing that you can wind yourself up in that you can't wind yourself out of. This one's a little more advanced. I'll just show it to you now and we'll get into it a little later in another video. But since we're talking about the Y plane, I'm spinning it on the Y plane here. You see how I can't spin it anymore? It gets trapped. I'm stuck. I've been wound up. I'll show you that again. I'm wound up. How do I unwind myself? It's a puzzle. I have to figure out how to unravel myself while keeping the staff on the plane. So it's spinning. I'm wound up. And it wants to keep going that way. So let's think about it. How do I move around it so it can still spin on that plane? Here it is again. I have to step and completely shift my shoulders. Here's it with the other hand. See how I do a complete 180 flip, even with my feet. That's how we unwind, okay? Then there's also the vertical plane, up above my head. We could practice both directions here. Just getting used to it, getting used to the feel, the sensation of these new movements that maybe we've never done before. And then you could even bring it below you too. I call this the portal above, the portal below. So I'm spinning this, making a portal above me. I drop it low, and then I bring it up. And you could bring that into a single portal above and below. You see how the staff is staying parallel with the ground? That's the goal here, okay? Here's the other direction. So I'm doing a little finger pass right here. I come up, basically just doing this. So I'm going both directions, parallel with the ground. I can pass it to my other hand. Keep that flow. I'm twisting around it, and then you go the other direction. Now, some of these moves may take you 3 months to get down to keep it on a plane. Maybe it takes you 5 minutes. Everyone is totally different, and the important thing is to meet yourself where you're at. This move here, you see how it comes down, and now I really have to twist my body in order to keep it flat. If I don't twist my body, I'm stuck there, right? I really have to torque myself to allow the staff to guide me as much as I'm guiding it, if that makes sense. So we've done the x-axis, the y-axis, the horizontal planes. Now with these moves, you have a better understanding of how the staff should be moving. The goal is to keep it on plane. Now that's contradictory to one of the main rules of dancing with staff, is that there are no rules. But it's nice to have a basic understanding of the main core moves so that you don't hit yourself and whack yourself, especially when we're dancing with fire, okay? So now that you have that muscle memory of the x-axis, the y-axis, and the horizontal planes, now these basic moves you can dance around with. You can find whatever movement feels right to you. You could pendulum back and forth. It's really endless what you could come up with. And I love teaching this to people because every beginner I teach, I learn something new. Because everybody moves differently, and it inspires me to move in a new way. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Those are the 3 basic moves. Figure 8 on the x-axis, spinning it on the y-axis, horizontal planes. We could even do the x-axis behind us. This is a great one, great shoulder mobility workout. Show you what it looks like. I like to teach it this way. In your right hand, we're pointing to the sky, spinning, pointing to the sky with our left, coming down, pass it, point to the sky, point to the sky, spin it down. You see how it's behind my back the whole time? And I'm trying to stay within that invisible hallway of the y-axis, okay? You can imagine if I spin the yoga mat this way, and I'm spinning it on the x-axis in front, or the y-axis, sorry, I'm staying within the confines of this hallway running this way. So I'm keeping it within the confines of the hallway. Then we can go the other direction as well. So it's really endless, the creativity that you could come up with dancing with these props. And yeah, just the mindfulness that it brings. Go slow, feel the flow. When you come out of flow and you whack yourself, you've likely gone too fast and you come off that axial plane. So go slow, be mindful, and don't rush yourself, because some of these moves have taken me months to learn. This move, and then winding out, to get this smooth, I don't know, maybe took me 1.5 years just to learn to open my body up, release tension in my muscles, and learn that spatial awareness to keep it on plane. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, you'd like me to teach you something in particular, let me know in the comments below. I love teaching this to people. It's great for all ages, all backgrounds. You could teach this to kids. I teach this to elders in community homes, just doing some basic moves. And if you get rid of the staff, doing this, it's the same movement. Now going backwards. But as I like to say, keep moving, stay healthy. Thanks for watching.